comes the other way. There's your first James jam.
Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
I'm not going to guarantee no championship. I tell you that. I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Oh, blocked by James.
Cleveland, this is for you. Laker Nation want their respect, and I want my damn respect too.
LeBron James is now the all-time leading scorer.
This is one of the long-term dreams I always had.
To be able to be along my son has been one of the most gratifying journeys.
The first father-son duo in an NBA game. To the cutting James. Oh, look out! The legend of LeBron continues to grow.
Who else but the king?
One thing I always say, don't never let somebody tell you can't achieve something. Don't never let nobody tell you that.
23 years in, and number 23 is still going. Already the game's all-time leading scorer, and when LeBron James plays in his 50th game this season, he will become the all-time games played leader, officially having stepped on an NBA floor more times than any of the 5,000-plus players in NBA history. But heading into the season, LeBron finds himself maybe in some unfamiliar territory. The Lakers, they spent the summer prioritizing a deal with Luka Doncić, and that makes sense. He agreed to a 3-year, $165 million deal with the all-world talent, and yesterday they announced a new contract with JJ Redick after he won 50 games and secured the number 3 seed in the Western Conference in his first season as head coach. But the Lakers, they did not reach an extension with LeBron. Ultimately, it led to James picking up his $52.6 million option for the 2025-26 season, fueling the speculation about the superstar's future with the team set to open training camp next week. So we need a little bit more information on all of that. So for that, we welcome back in our senior insider, Shams Charania. Before we dig into this just a little bit further, let's focus on what has happened here. JJ Redick did get an extension, Shams. How did the Lakers agree to this?
Malika, so I'm told the Lakers gave JJ Redick a 2-year extension, so that gives them a total of 5 years through 2029, 2030 at $45 million. So this makes it clear JJ Redick is the coach, not just now, but moving forward for the long term, beyond just the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. And as these coaching contracts are continuing to go up, as his deal is starting to end, and as he has 1 year tick off, they wanted to make sure they gave him 2 extra years, so he's locked in there till 2030.
All right, so JJ Redick, that extension is taken care of. So now we can talk about the extension that we did not see. JJ Redick and team president Rob Pelinka spoke on LeBron James's future. Take a listen.
The first thing we want to do in terms of LeBron and his future is just give him absolute respect to choose his story with his family in terms of how many years he's going to continue to play. He's earned that right, and he's the best one to talk about that in terms of how many years he'd like to play. First things first would be for him to be able to make the decisions he wants to in terms of how long he wants to play. We're going to continue to honor and respect that and let him speak into that.
Was able to spend some time with him here in LA a couple weeks ago, and I came away from that thinking that he's in a great spot mentally, and know he's going to give us his absolute best.
Our NBA reporter Dave McMenamin was in that room yesterday. Dave, what do you take away from JJ and Rob's comments here?
Well, I followed up with Rob after he gave his initial answer saying that he would be welcome to LeBron deciding where his future goes. And I said, what if LeBron's decision is in the summer of 2026, he wants to re-sign with the Lakers? And Rob said, we would love if LeBron retired as a Laker. He didn't discuss the option of actually extending another deal. And to me, that was notable. The fact that he spoke about the idea of LeBron retiring a Laker, not retiring in 26, 27 as a Laker,
right now.
Retiring as a Laker.
Right, essentially after this season is reading between those lines. So do the decisions they've made this summer signal to you, Tim, that LeBron, he's going to be in the purple and gold for multiple years beyond just this year?
I think it goes back to Dave's questions, why it was the right thing to ask yesterday, which is what are the plans for both LeBron James and the Lakers? Like, yeah, you could say the Lakers have made things better and maybe LeBron will want to stay, but that doesn't get back to the central question of, do the Lakers want LeBron James back? And right now, I think going through this season, this is all going to be about, as you look at the depth chart here that the Lakers have, are both sides in this marriage beyond this season? Or is this a marriage of convenience for right now because there wasn't a better option on the table? And will for either side there be a better option next summer? Perhaps there won't be a better option for either side and they come back for another year. Or perhaps the Lakers can get some different players that they want to have around Luka Doncic instead, or perhaps LeBron James can find a place he'd rather be. But I think until we get clarity from either LeBron or the Lakers that they definitely want to be together after this year, I don't think this question is going away, and I suspect Dave will be asking it a few more times throughout the season.
LeBron James' focus is really just on this season, and his future beyond that is really dependent on how this team is doing and where does this team stack up, what kind of start they get off to. And the one request he has made that Rich Paul gave in his statement on the opt-in day right before July was he wants the action for this team to become a title contender and compete for a championship. Outside of that, LeBron James, my understanding is he hasn't been involved at all in Lakers operations. He's going to report for media day, training camp, and we'll see how this team looks. But there hasn't been the inquiries from LeBron James on what's going on here, what's going on there. He's been enjoying his summer, and then he's going to report on media day, and we'll be off to the races from there.
And when we talk about how this team looks, Sean, we have to think about what they have in terms of assets to make the team better if they don't look as good as everybody wants them to be.
Okay.
All the stakeholders. So what does that mean? Does it mean that they're going to be moving on from some of the expiring contracts that they can put together to go after a player that's out there on the market? Does it mean the 2031 or 2032 draft pick that they have available? They can trade one of them. Will they put that towards the center of the table? And will there be a tension if they don't? Because perhaps LeBron James's camp would say, are you planning for the future when we're not here and then you only use it then? Or we heard that you want to make this team as competitive as possible. If we need to pivot here, let's put all the assets to the table.
Luka Doncic is going to be a huge part of the way this team looks this year, right? And
I get the sense from talking to him all summer, spending time with him, not only just here, but at the Backstreet Boys, that this is his life now. This is his routine. This is just a daily commitment to the new standard that he's set for himself. His excitement level, not just in what he hopes the season will be, but his excitement level in embracing this new standard was very high. Whatever emotions he was going through post-trade, like it had an effect on him. So again, it goes back to what I just said about LeBron. I expect the best version of Luka, and it's my job as a coach to bring that out on a daily basis.
you could say that Luka has a fire. One desire. Luka Doncic's 34.7 points a game at Eurobasket this summer. They were the third most at a single tournament in Eurobasket history, and the most since Greece's Nick Gallis in 1989. Dave, what's your favorite Backstreet Boy? Just kidding. We're not going to go with the Backstreet Boy songs, but JJ Redick does expect the best version of Luka Doncic, and we've seen glimpses of that this summer. It culminated in that contract. But what do the Lakers think that looks like? How does it translate on the floor?
Well, you best believe when I say that when Rob Pelinka went out to Poland this summer, thank you, he saw leadership from Luka Doncic, not only in the games that he was playing as part of Slovenia's team for Eurobasket, but the way he carried himself in non-game situations, just by setting the example of his dedication 24/7 to the role he's playing. And obviously, LA is the city of stars. It's Hollywood. His initial audition to be the face of the franchise was okay, but his callback audition this summer he nailed the part. And that's the guy they want to see leading the franchise moving forward beyond LeBron James whenever the end of LeBron comes.
Well, and that's the tension that we go back to with LeBron James, right? Like, for the first time in the career of LeBron James, maybe going back to when he's 10 or 11 years old, when you saw those clips we showed earlier, LeBron James is not the focal point of the team that he's on. Luka Doncic is very clearly front and center as the guy the Lakers are focused on, and LeBron James is an ancillary piece. And that is a clear tension point going back to all the discussion about opting in this summer, the discussion about what this season is going to look like. Again, to Dave's question, would you like to have LeBron back next year? We'd love to have him retire as a Laker. That's not an answer to the question. And until either LeBron or the Lakers answer that question, that's where we're going to stay in that space.
Well, it seems like on Monday, that's where we're going to start to get the answers to these questions. Of course, Luka Doncic, he is entering the season with the third shortest odds to win MVP. We're going to hear from Luka Doncic and LeBron James on Monday at Lakers Media Day. Hey, before we head to break, We have some unfortunate news. Shams, what more can you tell us about the Memphis Grizzlies?
Another injury in Memphis. Their big man, Brandon Clark, he will undergo surgery, and he's expected to be reevaluated in about 6 weeks. So he's going to miss time to start the season. Jaren Jackson Jr. will be missing time to start the year. Zach Edey will be out to start the season. So another year of injuries going into the season, but they are hopeful that these three guys, once they're done with their rehabs after these respective injuries, can stay on the court.
It's never good to see a Memphis Grizzlies injury update. There's a lot of them, and they're never fun.
Unfortunately, they have a long list of injuries that they're entering this preseason with. They will kick off their preseason. They're part of the international games, so we will see them there.
Where do Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler rank among the NBA's best? As a new season approaches, the Golden State Warriors find themselves once again in the spotlight, not just because of their legacy, but because of a revitalized core led by two of the league's most respected veterans, Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. For much of the last decade, the Warriors were the team everyone expected to be in the finals. But reality has shifted. In the past 6 seasons, Golden State has made just one finals appearance. So now the question lingers, should expectations be tempered, or is this team poised for one more deep run? If Steph Curry has anything to say about it, the Warriors are far from done. And the front office agrees. At last season's trade deadline, Golden State made a bold move, acquiring 6-time All-Star Jimmy Butler. It didn't take long for the new pairing to click. Together, Curry and Butler posted a remarkable 22-5 record in the regular season, an instant chemistry that surprised even the most optimistic fans. With Curry entering his 17th NBA season and Butler adjusting to his new surroundings, the duo quietly became one of the league's most dangerous combinations. Still elite, still respected. Despite being well into their 30s, both players remain firmly in the conversation among the league's elite. In ESPN's latest Top 100 rankings heading into the 2025-26 season, Curry, 37, and Butler, 36, were both named among the top 20 players in the league, a rare feat for players at this stage in their careers. Curry was ranked No. 7 overall, down just one spot from last year, a testament to his continued excellence. Last season, he averaged 24.5 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 6.0 assists per game, while shooting 39.7% from 3 and a league-best 93.3% from the free throw line. Even in year 17, he's still one of the most efficient and impactful players in the NBA. As ESPN's Anthony Slater noted, the Warriors outscored opponents by 299 points when Curry was on the court last season, the best on the team. When he sat, they were outscored by 28. His value, even now, remains undeniable. Butler finds his fit. For Butler, the ESPN rankings placed him at No. 18, following a mid-season trade that might have saved the Warriors' year and reshaped his own trajectory. After a difficult final stretch in Miami, Butler arrived in Golden State seemingly re-energized. In his 30 regular season games with the team, he averaged 17.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 1.7 steals, all while adapting to a new system and role. According to Slater, his time with the Warriors was brief, 30 regular season games, 11 playoff games, but spectacular in every way. Most notably, the wins. The team was 25-26 when he arrived. They finished the season on a 23-8 run and went on to eliminate the second-seeded Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. It's not just about numbers for Butler, it's about fit, culture, and purpose. And in Golden State, he may have finally found the right mix. A new chapter, a renewed belief. There are still questions surrounding the Warriors heading into this season. The core is aging. The Western Conference is stacked. And the window, while still open, isn't as wide as it once was. But with Curry and Butler healthy, aligned, and motivated, there's a sense of quiet confidence building around the team. The Warriors were at their best last season when those two shared the floor, not just in terms of production, but in leadership and intensity. And now, after a full off-season together, there's reason to believe they'll be even better. Golden State may not be the undisputed favorite anymore, but they're not fading away either. As long as Steph Curry is leading the charge, and as long as Jimmy Butler is pushing alongside him, this team still has the pieces, and the pedigree, to make a serious run. Momentum and maturity, what comes next for the Warriors? As the Warriors gear up for the 2025-26 season, the focus isn't just on talent, it's on timing. The pairing of Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler isn't a long-term experiment. It's a 2 to 3 year window, at best, and everyone within the organization knows it. That sense of urgency is shaping everything, from preseason planning to locker room conversations. According to team sources, Curry and Butler have taken a more hands-on role in player development and daily preparation during training camp. The coaching staff, meanwhile, has built out new schemes specifically designed to maximize the strengths of its two veteran stars. There's a real seriousness this year, one Warriors assistant told The Athletic. They know the opportunity is there, but they also know it's not guaranteed. That's bringing out the best in both of them. The chemistry between Curry and Butler is more than just functional, it's intentional. Off the court, the two have grown close, forming a partnership rooted in mutual respect and a shared competitive edge. While Curry remains the undisputed face of the franchise, Butler's voice has become increasingly important behind the scenes, challenging teammates, holding film sessions, and setting a physical tone in practice. Adjustments and depth. One of the key takeaways from the end of last season was that the Warriors system had to evolve. While the classic motion offense still runs through Curry, the addition of Butler has brought new wrinkles, more half-court creation, more isolation flexibility, and critically, a stronger defensive anchor on the wing. Golden State also added key rotation players this offseason to complement their veteran duo. Younger wings and defensive-minded role players were targeted specifically to give Butler room to operate on both ends, while reducing the physical load on Curry across 82 games. Internally, the coaching staff believes this team, though older on the surface, might be more balanced than any Warriors roster since 2019. League-wide perspective. Around the league, the Curry-Butler pairing has drawn quiet admiration, and some concern. Executives from rival Western Conference teams view the Warriors as a legitimate threat, particularly if the supporting cast stays healthy. Some believe the duo's success last season was no fluke, citing their playoff win over Houston and a top-tier net rating when sharing the floor. Others remain cautious, pointing to the age of both stars and the increasingly competitive West. With Oklahoma City, Denver, and Phoenix all boasting younger cores, some insiders wonder whether Golden State can keep pace over the long haul. But there's also a prevailing belief that in a 7-game series, few players remain as dangerous as Curry, and now he has a partner who shares that postseason pedigree. Looking ahead, contention or transition? For now, the Warriors are focused on winning. The front office isn't treating this season as a farewell tour, but they are aware that windows close quickly in today's NBA. Curry is under contract through 2027, but with each year, the weight of last chances becomes heavier. Butler, meanwhile, seems to have found new life in Golden State. After years of carrying heavy expectations in Miami, the fit in the Bay Area has been described by those around him as liberating. He's energized, competitive, and by all accounts, determined to make the most of this chapter. Jimmy's not just trying to prove something, a team source said. He's trying to win, and do it the right way. That matters here. If both stars stay healthy and continue to lead by example, the Warriors won't just be contenders, they'll be one of the most dangerous veteran teams in the league. And if this season ends with a deep playoff run, or even one more title, it could mark one of the most impressive late-career resurgences in recent NBA history.